Hey guys, it's Gerald with Bass Kicking Adventures. I'm out here to do some more fishing today. I'm going to start out doing some crappie, brim, bass. I think pretty much anything is going to bite this little crankbait right here. This is made by Strike King Shallow Runner. And then I have a topwater weedless frog and a topwater plopper lure for later in the day. Right now it's about 4:45. It's about 87 degrees. Wind's blowing about like normal, just enough to be aggravating, but I can deal with it. Water's extremely low, but clear. All that's good. The big problem that I have is that I have wore a crack in the bottom of my kayak. So I'm taking on water, but so far it has not taken on enough water to concern me. But when I get out and I pull the kayak out of the water, it's got quite a bit in there, but it hasn't affected, you know, how the boat does on the water yet. I tried to fix it the other day with some Flex Seal spray, and it did pretty good, but I had to drag the boat across some rocks and it just peeled that Flex spray right off. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else. Hope all y'all are doing good today. You know, really the name of my channel is obviously Bass Kicking Adventures, but here lately I think I should change the name to Bowfin Fishing Adventures, because it seems like the bowfin / mudfish is taking over. And I don't keep fish, or very rarely do I keep fish. I'm planning on catching some crappie in here soon and having a catch, clean, and cook. But you know, I just fished because I love being outdoors and I enjoy the challenge and the fight of the fish. So with that being said, I don't really mind catching mudfish, but I would still prefer to catch bass. But I would definitely prefer to catch mudfish than nothing at all. So I think this little crankbait right here is, once I get on down a little farther, I think this crankbait is going to do very well with the crappie. I don't know what it is with the wind, but literally every day the wind is blowing. I mean, you can never find a calm day anymore. It wouldn't surprise me if I get a 2 or 3 pound bass on this lure right here. I don't know why, but the bass in here seem to like the smaller presentation than the bigger one. I brought a bigger plopper lure today because the smaller plopper lure I was losing too many fish. The small hooks, I was losing too many fish. But the bigger plopper lure I really haven't had any luck in here with. But that's what I'm going with today. I would love to hook that. I don't know if you guys saw the video from last week or not, but I had a bowfin that was massive. I mean, huge, biting my topwater frog. And I would really like to hook him on this bigger plopper lure, because this thing has major hooks on it. But I do have to be mindful about how my kayak is taking on water, because it's still very stable, but there has been a couple times where, you know, like leaning to get a fish out of the water or something, I felt that water shift inside the kayak to that side, and you know, I had to gain my balance real quick. The guys, last year on quite a few videos I pointed out big wasp nest and hornet's nest that was in limbs hanging over the water. They're starting to get back in those nests now. I saw a wasp nest the other day and there was a few wasps in it, so you have to be careful. You have to pay attention to those tree limbs. One of the prettiest fish in the water. Crappie. Daggone, that was a crappie there. A little bass. Wait on the bass. Another white bass. Dang. Well, they're definitely hitting this thing, that's for sure. Bowfin, hopefully bass, but more than likely bowfin. Because see, this lake is so low right now, and that's what the bowfin like. They like really shallow water, they like muddy water, swampy water. And the farther you get back in here, that's what it is. It's just super shallow and super muddy. So I think the bass has moved out of this part into a little deeper water, and that's why I'm catching so many bowfin. Well, the wind keeps changing directions. No matter how I want to sit, the wind is going to change directions to mess me up. It's crazy how it works. Been fishing my whole life and it still amazes me sometimes, most of the time actually, how hard a little fish can pull. Feel like a bass here. Nice crappie. I knew it wasn't a white bass. It didn't fight like a white bass. Beautiful fish. Look at the beaver gnawing on the tree right there. Man, that's a big beaver. I can't believe this beaver's letting me get this close to him. But I mean, I literally see this guy every time I go fishing. Guys, if you knew how much I love the outdoors, you know I'm eating this up right here. Guys, I just find this incredible. I mean, we see each other all the time, but you know, I never would have thought he would let me get this close to him. I mean, he's 15 feet away from me. I'm in my kayak right here at the bank, and he could care less that I'm here. Dang, that thing's big. Now guys, you know there's a lot of trust for him to turn his back on me this close. Look at that tail. Now what would really make this a great ending to the video is if he just walks right down and gets in the water right here beside me. At this point, I could care less if I catch a fish. This made my day right here. You know what I'm saying, guys? If he was at all worried about me, he would not put me out of sight like he is right now. I mean, you can see how close I am. I'm just zooming in, but he's about 20 feet from me, if that far. Well, there he goes. Guys, I can't tell you how awesome that was. I'm so glad I got to experience that. But like I said, I see him every time I go fishing. I know where his beaver house is down there. But I was really surprised that he let me get that close to him with his back turned to me. I mean, guys, I gotta be honest with you. I cannot believe that just happened. I mean, I thought for sure when I got a certain distance from him, you know, as I approached the bank, I thought for sure he would take off. But not only did he not take off, he turned his back to me. He couldn't even see me. There he goes, going back to his house. So awesome. Let's see, I could have been at home watching TV, sitting in my recliner, or I could be out here seeing stuff like that. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Now, if I catch one bass, even a mudfish, I don't care, one decent bass, say 3 pounds or more, or, you know, same size with a mudfish, that would be a heck of a way to finish the day off. All right, that's what I was wanting. And look over there, there's my buddy the Beaver. He got some kind of tree that he really likes over here, because he did this the other day too. His beaver house is straight across over there, but he comes over here and gets whatever kind of limb that is, takes it back to his beaver house. Yeah, just calm down. It'll make you a lot quicker. Now, once you put that fish grabber in their mouth, they're done. If you don't have a fish grabber, get you one, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Once you grab that bottom lip with that fish grabber, you can do whatever you want to do, and that fish is not going to jump around. All right, that's what I was wanting. Largemouth bass. Not quite as big as I wanted him, but you know, I ain't gonna be picky. Whatever it is that Beaver gets on this side of the lake, he really likes it, because he didn't even make it to the other side. He stopped right there and ate it. Well, something's about to eat that bee right there. Yep. Right there's the beaver house. He got a little, dug him a little canal right there. Got 3, 4, 5 holes up in the bank. You ain't no telling what all he's got underneath these sticks right here. Whoa, 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 whoa. guys. Hold on. I gotta watch out, guys, right here. I don't see any in that wasp nest, but I think there's one beside it that they started on. Let me get out of the damn way just to make sure. Yep, there's a little one right there, about 4 or 5 wasps on. That would be all you need to mess up your day. God, please don't jump. Thank you. That was a hungry guy. Try to eat a bait that big. Alright guys, I got a few more casts to go before I call it quits. It's starting to get dark. I'm planning on being out here first thing in the morning, sunrise, fishing for a few hours. But you know, today was awesome. Was an awesome day due to the fact that I was able to see that beaver like I did. And you know, got a couple of bass. Starting out, the Strike King crankbait did good. Caught a few crappie, some white bass, another small largemouth, and you know, then I got the opportunity to watch that beaver do its thing, and then caught a couple bass after that. So you know, really fun day. I'm so glad I was able to get that close to that beaver and watch what he does. And you know, he had the trust in me that he did to actually turn his back while I was that close to him. Wasn't expecting that, but so guys, let me tell you something. If you don't mind, first of all, if you hadn't subscribed, please subscribe. But if you have subscribed, and if you like watching my videos, if you would please hit that like button and maybe just make a comment, because that is how YouTube works. If you do that, then YouTube will show the video to more people. And I mean, I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't trying to build my channel. Of course I am. And you know, you guys can help just by hitting that like button and just making a comment. So if you don't mind, I'd appreciate if you do that. Regardless whether you do it or not, I appreciate you watching. And I hope you guys have a good evening. I'm gonna keep the camera running until I stop. Maybe I'll get one here at the very end. I never get any bites, but you know, it's not really what I was looking for, guy. You're just making it worse. You're just making it worse, guy. I don't jump. I ain't got a good handle on you. Don't you jump. Dang. That hook went in good. I don't know how he was planning on eating that lure, but I guess he was hungry.